I'd like to spend a few minutes and talk about the context that you're working in Kumu. In Kumu, you create a project. A project can have multiple maps and multiple views. A view defines the way that the project is actually decorated. And up here, you can, in other words, presently there are two maps in this project. One of them is blank, and the other one is the picture of all this stuff. It actually has 5 different views, and I will talk about them over time in the different sections to explain why I have 5 different views for 2 projects. Within the context of Kumu, you can only create 3 things. You can create an element, you can create a connection, and you can create a loop. When you create, for every one of the entities that you create, it has its own profile page. You can get back to main by clicking this little X up here. The map itself has a profile page, which is what this is. This is the profile page for the Kumu template. This is a profile page for the element principal. This is a profile page for the connection principal to interest, and it names connections from source to destination. That's why it says principal to interest, because that's the way the arrow goes. And loops can also have a label. Now, every entity that you create has a label, a type, and you get to define what the types are. In the template, I've defined them to be stock, variable, constant, policy, title, which is a definition that I use to get these titles up to the top. And this is something I'll explain later in one of the later videos. So stock, a place to put a description, and you can put a description on any one of the entities that you create. I've chosen here just to make comments on the loops themselves, and a set of tags and an image. You can also have additional new fields that you define, but that's something about beyond where we are at the moment. So just note that you can create those 3 things, and in the next video I'll talk about how to actually create them. Know that down here is a little question mark that will take you to the Kumu documentation, and here is the equivalent of Control-Z, which is undo, to undo the last change that you made, or keep doing it to go back several levels. But some other things here is there's a search feature. This is a zoom to fit. This is enlarge and shrink the map, make it larger, make it smaller. This is a zoom to fit. This is to get to the settings in the background, and this is to focus, because if in Kumu there's a real nice feature that if you click and select this and decide to focus on it, that's all you see is it and the things that are connected to it. And we'll talk more about that later. But just remember that you can create elements, connections, and loops, and that's all there is to it. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.